Your database is not being updated habitually, and it's no surprise. It's because you're asking salespeople to do that type of administrative work, and they're just not built to do that. You see, outside salespeople by nature are more direct than indirect, which means the good news is they're confident, assertive, fast-paced. They like to talk, they like to be around people. The shadow side of that is that they also can't stand isolation and details and routine, and they're not built to type, and there's no payoff for them updating this database, at least not that they can see right away. So our solution to this problem is to just do the work for them. Eliminate all that administrative type work. See, it's costing you money both ways. You're losing sales because your prospects and customers are not hearing from your salespeople often, and they're not invited into the sales conversations when it's time to make a purchasing decision. That's kind of obvious. But the hidden pain nobody talks about is called opportunity cost, which is something I like to study. Let's say, for example, you have 5 outside salespeople, and each of them are producing about $1 million a year each in sales for you. Well, the math would tell us that in 200 work days in a year, each rep is producing $5,000 a day on average in sales. Now, if you're working at about a 30% margin, that means that they're producing $1,500 a day of gross profit each for your company. Now, even if they're spending only 20% of their day doing admin type activities like updating a CRM or things like that, that means that they are losing 20% of their selling time. So let's look at the math again. So if the average person is going from $1,500 a day and they lose 20%, they're losing $300 a day of gross profit each they should be bringing into your company. So think about that. 5 sales reps doing admin work, your opportunity cost is $1,500 a day total. That's a pretty big hit. Plus, in terms of the sales we're losing by your prospects and customers going dormant in the database. So this is the #1 problem we fix, and we fix this often. So one of the things that we like to do is eliminate the typing for the salespeople and get it so simple they can talk into their smartphone and get things done, and everything is updated. The database is updated within 60 seconds at the end of every sales conversation. We eliminate the admin for them. We do all the prospecting and follow-up for them. We organize their phone calls for them. And then lastly, to make sure they're doing these simple things, we use something called the Hawthorne effect by emailing you a weekly report on their activities. How well they're adopting to the technology, how well they're using the system, how many new contacts they're added, how many emails were sent out, how many phone calls they were supposed to make, how many they actually made. Now, the Hawthorne effect was a study done back in the Industrial Revolution in the United States, which proved that as soon as the factory workers knew somebody was watching and measuring, their performance went up immediately. It's the same thing with salespeople. As soon as they know you're able to watch their performance, their adoption of the system, and their activities on a weekly basis, things start getting done. Obviously, when everybody in your database is now hearing from your reps automatically through our system on a regular, helpful way, they're going to get invited into many more sales conversations. And when your reps know that you're watching their performance and the adoption to our system, it's going to get used. And when it gets used, sales goes up.